Hey guys, how you doing? And welcome to this trade recap playlist. So I put this playlist together because I'm a firm believer in it doesn't really matter what strategy you use to enter and trade the market. I found what truly matters is when you start trading the live market and all the fun psychological games that come with it. Things such as like revenge trading, FOMO, greed, bit of patience. I've been fortunate enough to be trading now for about 5 years, full time for coming up 3 years. I found that throughout these 5 years, I've learned so much from trading the live market. And my favourite thing about trading is that I continue to learn. I've only scraped the surface, I know it. Every time I step onto the charts, I learn something new, whether it be about the charts, whether it be like a mirror into my own psyche. And I saw it as a bit of a blessing that midway through last year, I went back to week one, day one. I had no capital in my personal trading account, and I also lost my funding. And I saw it, as a blessing that now I can record every trade that I take, every lesson that I learn, not just for my own benefit, but hopefully to help you guys too. So maybe we don't have to make the same mistakes twice. You can just learn from my mistakes and become more consistent, profitable traders, because that's the plan, right? And also the good times as well. You know, there's a lot of real nice parts of trading. For now, I've timestamped these videos down the bottom with the intro, this waffle, so you don't have to listen to this every time, thank God. The actual video breakdown of the trade itself, the entry criteria diagram as well, and also the proof of these trades. I want to be completely transparent with you guys and share every single trade that I take, and I'll be taking screenshots of my broker, of my personal broker, of my FTMO account and my trade copiers, so you can see that every trade that I show you is every single trade that I take. I really hope this channel helps you, and I enjoy making the videos. They actually really help me as well. And if you do like them, please give it a like, give it a subscribe, all that good stuff. And I really look forward to seeing you guys on the charts. Take it easy. Bye. Hey up everyone. So breaking this one down on the charts then. You know the drill. We're going to mark the high of the 15-minute time frame here, as I'm recording this the next day, and that lovely big badger there hadn't happened. Safe to say this was a loss, but at the time this is what we were looking at. So on the daily, we're in this strong level of supply here that had flipped this strong level of demand, that had flipped this strong level of supply. There's the old flip order flow again. I mean, looking at this now, it's the first time seeing the charts this morning. We're coming back up into this strong level of supply here. There was inducement here. This is stronger inducement. But yeah, I mean, it's all good. Point of interest here, if we got our lower time frame entry model from here, I was happy to look for shorts, which is what we did. Also on the daily, we're bearish as well. So this is a pro trend on the daily trade short. At the time, tapping back into a strong level of supply, and I swept liquidity, all this little liquidity to the left here. And was looking to see if we were going to continue the trend short. Was aware though that we did have some demand range order flow being created, and by the looks of this, got held and continued long, but never mind, get rid of all that. Okay, cool, so it's around the 4-hour mark anyway. So we don't actually need that now, because this is what the charts were looking like on the 4-hour when I executed this trade.
So yeah, right. So this level of demand here got tested, failed to break the high, got tested again, failed, and pushed off. This being the inducement. We're now tapping into the extremity of what caused this flip. So for our counter trend trade setup on a higher time frame, if you look at our entry criteria diagrams at the end of these trade recap, this was looking nice. So we are counter trend on the 4 hour. Look at the swing structure and range order flow. So we got demand, range, order flow going long, swing structure, the highs are getting broken and the lows are holding. But yeah, counter trend model is there. And also, as I said, this is actually still bearish on daily. I was interested. Looking at this now, I feel like if we're going to play shorts from this area, you want to do it from up here. You've like already got the reaction. This is like order flow of the reaction, which, yeah, talking out loud can be quite dangerous for counter trend trades. But anyway, there was the higher time frame narrative of, are we serving from a point of interest at credit flip? Yeah. Are we pro trend? Yeah. I got to be honest, I'm gonna reassess how I define pro trend or not. I have been going from the daily, so I said I'll be pro trend here on the daily. I almost feel like daily is too high a time frame and not current enough price action. And I'll say 4 hour is a pretty good high time frame to define whether we're pro trend or not. I might start changing this to 4 hour because yeah, it's something I've been looking at and I've seen and I want to make a clear definition of. So yeah, I'm going to put this down as a counter trend trade. But even then, we got our counter trend high time frame setup. Whew, waffle over. Right, let's go to the 15 minute. And I like the 15 minute here. This is when I was interested. We missed a 4 hour. So this was a bit of a news release handle here. This was a CPI, I believe. And we came up, tapped into our strong 4 hour level supply. Supply came down, mitigated this badger here, failed to create a high. I was liking this bit now, so we came down, swept this liquidity. Yeah, see how all this is liquidity here, right? So we swept this, mitigated this kind of demand extremity that broke this level of 4 hour. This is my thought process, guys. I know it's getting a little bit kind of messy here, but I hope this makes sense. So yeah, we swept this liquidity, mitigated this strong level of demand. So if demand's going to continue the trend long here, I thought it would do it from here, and it failed to create a new high. And we were creating a bit of demand order flow, the lower time frame, and instead of all this demand holding, it got broken. Now we have come down to mitigate this little badger down here, but I just saw that this strong level of demand now is getting broken after we've tapped into a strong level of high time frame supply on the daily and the 4 hour, right? And we got lots of nice flip inducement. So she was looking juicy. I was like, hell yeah, let's go for this. So let's go on the 15-minute time frame. Do we have flip inducement? Yes. Are we serving from a point of interest that created a 15-minute flip or above? So yeah, this is the tap demand, fail, then all this got broken. You see these flip induce the time frame flips for your eyes getting flipped. And also we created a supply range as well. and are we serving from an area that swept liquidity? And yeah, it's more apparent on the lower time frame, but we can see liquidity and liquidity. Just going to clear these to try and keep the charts nice and clean. So yeah, happy days. Let's look down on the 1 minute. Oh yeah, I did want to share with you this little trade here. I just want to give myself a little pat on the back sometimes, because I was looking at this. This was fitting the same high time frame narrative, and we were tapping into a nice refined point of interest down here. Yeah, I was looking for anything in this point of interest. So I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And we got our chock and a bit of a flip here. And I didn't take this because I saw this as the first tap into our point of interest, and I just didn't look clean enough. You know, I thought this was a strong push of demand, and I didn't see that as a flip. Not the cleanest of inducement either. So what was I looking at? Yeah, I was looking at something like that. Yeah, I'm glad we stayed out of that, because that would have came back up and taken us out. So a little like, yeah, patience, Martin. Whee. Anyway, let's look at the trade I did take. So again, we're coming back up into this extremity. Let me just get my eyes on. It was there, sweet. And we had a lovely, I believe this just swept that badger as well. So we're actually mitigating this where it tapped demand. And if demand is going to continue after sweeping this liquidity, it will be from here. And it didn't. Supply held from this point, went off to break. So this has got like real nice inducement in the extremity of this range. So yeah, I was happy. Any 1 minute entry setup, we're going for it. And this high was holding, which is lovely. Whee! And then yeah, we saw that big push of supply. And if you can see that, that's a nice level of demand. That got tested, failed to break the high, got tested again, failed to break the high, dropped inducement, melted off, and flipped level of demand. That was nice. And then what I liked about this as well is I could cover the inducement. You see how this hasn't got much inducement. We had a little bit on the seconds, and that was a nice one to go from. Whoops. I just pause the video. No, we're good. But we could cover the high, and we could cover the actual decisional, if you like, the inducement itself, and have our normal extremity entry covered as well with a 3.5. So I was happy with that. I don't have to go just the extremity if we can cover both, because sometimes they go from the decisional as well. As long as I've got this, my entry covered, and the high covered, then yeah, that's a bonus. That's happy days. So that was is that how I had it marked out? There we go. Let's just get rid of all mine. That's how we had it marked out. I was aware that we had tapped into this level of demand here. But again, I've always said, you know, if we start seeing maybe too many levels break, then you know, we're going to miss the trade. There's the little kind of inducement on 15 seconds. I mean, that just looks lovely. I'll take this all day long. No worries. I would say what has probably cost us on this trade, or the reason it's had other ideas, is the 4-hour time frame has obviously got other things in mind, and we counter 4-hour trend, pretty strong 4-hour trend as well. We have been doing nothing but breaking the highs and holding the lows for a while now. So yeah, yeah. That's going to help, I think, getting a bit more clarity on what I define as pro trend and counter trend. Anyway, there she was. Can't even remember if we even got a reaction. No, she went straight through. So let's have a little look at the. I know I do the proof at the end, but I like to do it on the actual recap itself. Taking a few hits in a row here. I haven't been that stoked with a couple of these. I will say I feel like I really want to be in the market. You know what I mean? I don't like how I was running like 6% and we were close to passing that FTMO challenge, and things were looking very juicy and comfortable only about a week ago, 10 days ago. And yeah, after taking a few hits, I kind of feel like, whoa, I want to get this back. I want to get back to where I was and some. And yeah, I'm getting a strong, I really want to be in the market and make some money. Which may, yeah. This revenge trading, this is the forever game I play with myself with trading, and is finding the difference of, are we executing the edge or are we revenge trading and looking for reasons to be in the market? I would like to stick to what I said a couple of trade recaps ago and just stick to the high probability trades now, or pro trend. And I want to see cleaner 4-hour setups. That's what I'm telling myself now, to test my patience. Cleaner 4-hour setups. Even though we're pretty much break even now, there's no time limit on these live accounts, and can be patient for these stronger setups. 15-minute time frame, very happy. Even the daily, happy. 1 minute, happy. Yeah, I want to see. I think 4-hour time frame has a lot of weight to it, and when that's clean and has the backing of the rest of the strategy being clean, they seem to be the more successful trades. When the 4-hour is a little bit unclean or we're counter trend, we're trying to catch the 4-hour momentum swing. Well, that's when a few of these mistakes have been coming in, or not mistakes, losses. So yeah, I'm going to test my patience here and test my my awareness of what kind of trading I'm taking, if it's revenge trading or FOMO or whatever. I've read an interesting book called Thinking Fast and Slow. Humans psychologically actually struggle more with losing something than how do I explain this? Like, if I'm trying to sell something, right, it affects me more if I get a price what I'm not happy with. No, anyway, fuck with that. Edit that out. Anyway, yeah. So here's the proof. So it's 21 minutes past 10. 21 minutes past 10. Got filled at 013. 013. You've got a few of the purples and greens here because this is all the losses from previous data. So 013 there. The stop loss was 048. 048. Wow, do we have another trade back here a while ago? That's crazy. Look, similar price. That's cool. Anyway, had the take profit set as 873, which was a nice 1 to 4. But we didn't get there, and we got taken out at 0.47 for 1% loss. Is our risk management, and that is the end of that recap, guys. So yeah, thanks very much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you all on the charts next time. Have a good one. Cheers, bye. I just want to share the proof with you guys. So here we are at 21 minutes past 10 on the 14th of June 2023. 21 minutes past 10, 14th of June 2023, taken at price 813. 813, the stop loss of 0.48, 0.48. I had to take profit set at 873, 873 there for a 1 to 4, but we never got there, and we got taken out at, we got taken out at 147 for a 1% loss. And then over on, check out the old figures there, just under break even, 99720. Over on our live account, FTMO 9970. Yeah, that's the proof. Thanks, guys. See ya. Bye.
Okay, so let's have a look at our entry criteria in picture perfect format for when we're looking for sells when supply is serving. I'm going to start off in the high time frame here, and this is what we're looking for when I say are we pro trend on the higher time frame. And basically, either on the daily and or the 4 hour, want to see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then for price to come back within our previous supply range, and then we can usually have a refined point of interest to play from as well, and that's when we can start going down to the 15-minute and looking for our entry model, and combined with our 1-minute entry model. So basically, it just doesn't matter how long this trend is going on for, as long as we see a bit of supply range order flow and supply swing structure order flow, and these lows getting broken and the highs holding, then happy to be aggressive and just continue the trend short. Put on here as well, pro trend, if we still get a point of interest that created a flip and has inducement and all that good stuff, then even better, even stronger. Okay, but just a simple pro trend, happy days. So shuffling on over to still looking for sells, but counter trend now on the higher time frame. So we'll see demand creating higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low, failed to create a higher high, right? So now supply is stepping into the market, right? Comes down, test this strong level of demand. So demand's got to have a say, got to have a chance to continue the trend long. Why is this level of demand strong? Because it broke structure. Yeah, so this is a strong level of demand. It's getting tested, but still fails to continue the trend long, and instead supply breaks demand serve, and we go short. So what we can see here is on these breakout trades, there'll be a lot of stops and orders above the previous high. Okay, and this is what we call inducement. This is like fuel for the move. Alright, and when we counter trend, we want as much fuel as possible. And I don't want to take entries from the inducement from this previous high, even though sometimes price does go the inducement, but I like to play from the extremities. Okay, so all this here will be like any amount of time, X amount of time. This could be years, doesn't matter. And what you'll see is price action being quite bullish and coming back into the strong point of interest. But because this is an area, this is a point of interest that has created a flip between demand and supply, and it has fuel for the move, and it is like swept fuel for the move. If we get an 15-minute entry model, then this is justified as good to go for our counter trend trade short. So then moving down to our 15-minute time frame. So on the 15-minute, it doesn't matter if we're pro or counter trend. We're looking for exactly the same setup. Alright, this demand order flow here would be us coming back into our pro trend supply range, or refined point of interest, or it would be us pulling back into our strong high time frame point of interest that created a flip and has got inducement and all that good stuff. Either way, demand would be coming back into our point of interest, and we'll be seeing a higher high, high low, higher high, higher low, but then demand slowed down, supply coming to the market, and it fails to create a higher high. And sometimes we can see a bit of
fair price here and consolidation, whatever you want to call it, a range, liquidity being built. And then yeah, for demand to continue this trend long, we want it to have like a chance to do it. And what does price action need? It needs fuel, it needs liquidity. Okay, so we want to see demand sweep liquidity, mitigate order flow, and still fail to create a new high. Okay, and then for supply, which is actually now mitigating our higher time frame point of interest and our pro trend supply range, we've got supply order flow is now coming into the market, contest this level of demand again, fails to break a high, and instead drops inducement, and then the supply breaks demand serve. And again, same detail on the higher time frame. When the market sees this breakout, we'll have a lot of its stops and orders placed above the previous high. Okay, this is a fuel. And again, sometimes you will see price go from here. Alright, but you know, if it goes, it goes. It's not part of my personal edge. I like to play from the extremity. So yeah, price will hopefully come back up into this strong supply level that has created the flip between demand and supply. It has swept liquidity. So sorry, are we showing from the point of interest that created a 15-minute flip? Yes. Do we have flip inducement? Yep. So the fuel before the flip. Then are we showing from an area that swept liquidity? Very important on the 15-minute that we've swept fuel, because if we haven't swept the fuel, we become the fuel. And then yeah, we'll be going down to our 1 minute and looking for our execution entry model in 1 minute. So again, a little additional cherry. Sorry, I say again because I just made this video on demand. Would be that we have the Asian sweep. So this would be the Asian market here. Then we'll be coming into London Open, you know, after 7 AM, and then we'll be coming up, creating a higher high, higher low, higher high, sweeping previous high, which ideally would be in our 15-minute point of interest now. High low, failing to create the higher high. Okay, so it's had the chance to continue. Now supply breaks demand serve. Okay, and we want to see this minimum on the 1 minute. Okay, we want to see a 1 minute continue the trend long, and then the shock is a change of character, a change of trend, simply where the low that created this new high is now broken. So we've got a change of character and trend. Has there been a flip? It's the same detail. I'm sure you're starting to see here that, you know, price action is fractal. Yeah, we're looking for the same things in all the time frames. And once we see that on the higher time frame, supply is serving, and then on the 15-minute time supply is serving, and now when we see on the 1 minute that supply breaks demand serve, okay, there's more supply than demand in the market, then that's putting probabilities way in our favour to look for sells. Okay, so same detail, we have our inducement, which is where the market will see these breakout traders. They'll have all the stops and orders above the previous high. We don't want to become this liquidity. We want to sweep it for our move. Okay, and again, sometimes we go from here. It's a bit of a kick in the teeth, but I guess I'm happy to wait out for the extremity. So yeah, do we have a minimum shock? Yes. Has there been a flip? Yes. Have we swept liquidity? Very important. We want our point of interest to have swept the fuel, as I just said a minute ago. If you haven't swept the fuel, you are the fuel. And do we have 1 minute inducement? And we want fuel to sweep. We want fuel for the next move. Okay. That should do it. And that's what we're looking for this trade now, to be looking for sells. Cheers guys, see you in a bit.